So you've poured your heart and soul into building this amazing website. You hit launch, the visitors start trickling in, but are they actually staying? It's that nagging question that can keep you up at night. Yeah, if that sounds a little too familiar, like you're watching people land on your site and then vanish almost instantly, well, you are in the right place. We're going to tackle this head on by breaking down one of the most critical metrics out there, the bounce rate. All right, let's get right into it. Before we can even think about fixing the problem, we got to know what we're dealing with. So, first things first, what is a bounce rate anyway? Okay, in the simplest terms, it's the percentage of visitors who show up on a single page of your site and then just leave. They don't click anything, they don't fill out a form, they don't buy a thing. They land, they look, and they bounce right off. It's what we call a single page session. And don't worry, the math here looks way more intimidating than it is. It's super simple, really. You just take all those single page visits, your bounces, and divide that number by the total number of sessions on your site. Multiply that by 100 and boom, that's your percentage. Let's make this real with a quick example. Okay, say 200 people visit your website. Out of those 200, 50 of them leave after only seeing that first page they landed on. You run the numbers, and there you have it, a 25% bounce rate. See? Not so bad. Okay, so now you've got your number. Let's say it's 25%, or maybe 50%. The big question is that good? Is it terrible? Or is it just kind of average? And this, my friends, is where it gets really interesting. Because the honest answer is it depends. Now, as a very, very general rule of thumb, a bounce rate hanging out somewhere between 26% and 55% is usually seen as pretty healthy. If you're in that range, you can probably breathe a little easier. But, and this is a huge but, context is absolutely everything here. And just look at this. The variation by industry is wild. Take food and drink. It's way up there at over 65%. And that kind of makes sense, right? You might just be looking up a menu or checking their address, and then you're done. But for something like a shopping site or real estate, you'd expect people to click around a lot more, so the average is way lower. The takeaway here? You've got to compare apples to apples. See how you stack up against your industry. All right, so we've narrowed down what a bounce rate is and what a good one might look like. Now for the fun part. Let's put on our detective hats and start investigating the why. Why are people leaving so quickly? When you're looking for causes, there are definitely a few usual suspects. Page load speed is a huge one, an absolute monster. But you've also got things like your content not really matching what the person was looking for, a clunky or confusing user experience, where your traffic is coming from, and even whether they're on a phone or a desktop. Oh, and of course, not being clear about what you want them to do next. And let's just double click on page speed for a second, because this stat from Google is just wow. 53% of mobile users will abandon a site if it takes more than 3 seconds to load. 3 seconds, that's it. It's not a nice to have anymore, it's literally the ticket to get in the door. And it's not just about speed. Think about the overall experience. Is your site a mess? Is it hard to find things? Because get this, a staggering 88% of online shoppers say they're less likely to return to a site after a bad user experience. That means that first impression isn't just important, it's practically everything. Okay, enough of the doom and gloom, right? We've diagnosed the problem. Now let's talk about the solutions. And the best part is these are real, actionable things you can do right now to get people to stick around longer. First, and you probably saw this coming, page speed. You've got to aim for under 3 seconds. A quick win here is to compress your images. Number 2, mobile. Your site needs to be a dream to use on a phone. Think big, readable text and easy to tap buttons. And third, align your content with user intent. Basically, deliver on what you promised. If your ad promises red widgets, the page they land on better be about red widgets. That's simple. All right, next up, make it obvious what they should do. Use clear calls to action, or CTAs. Don't make them guess. Then break up your content. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to read a giant wall of text. Use headings, use bullet points, make it easy to skim. And finally, show them they can trust you. We're talking reviews, customer ratings, those little security badges, anything that makes them feel safe and confident. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Look at the difference. On one side, you've got click here. Click where? For what? It's so vague. But on the other side, buy now. Start free trial. Download guide. Now I know exactly what's going to happen. You want to completely eliminate any confusion and make that next step a no-brainer. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground, so let's zoom out for a second and boil this all down. What are the key things you absolutely need to walk away with? All right, here's the cheat sheet. First, remember that your bounce rate is basically a grade on user engagement. Second, a good goal for most sites is to get that number somewhere between 41% and 55%. Third, the biggest villains are almost always slow page speed and content that doesn't match expectations. And finally, your best weapons are a super clear layout, obvious CTAs, and plenty of trust signals like reviews to make people feel comfortable. So in the end, I want you to try and stop thinking about bounce rate as just some number in a report. Think of it as a conversation. Every single person who bounces is giving you feedback. They're telling you, hey, this wasn't what I was looking for, or this was too slow. The real question is, are you listening?